Hey everyone, so today I'm going to answer two different questions. The first question is, how long does it take to get 4,000 watch hours and 1,000 subscribers? And then I'm going to answer how long it takes for YouTube to then review your channel and officially monetize you, which means that you're making money off the videos that you spent a lot of time on making. So really quickly, first question is, how long does it take to get even considered for monetization? Well, you need 4,000 watch hours, which is 240,000 watch minutes within 1 year. And then overall, you need 1,000 subscribers. This could take a very long time for some people, and it may not take very long for others. And why do I say this? Well, we've all seen some of those channels that just overnight blow up. That's literally lightning striking. That is probably not going to happen to you, but it could, so keep that in mind. And then, what happens if lightning doesn't strike? What happens if it takes a long time to build the channel? Which is how long it took to build this channel. This channel right here just recently got monetized. And I thought I would let you know that, first of all, this channel has been around for quite a few years. My first video on this channel was a video from NHL 16, and it was posted October 17th, 2015. And at that time, when I started this channel, I already had a monetized channel already. Technically, this was monetized as well, because back then, every channel was monetized, and then things happened. The Paul brothers happened. Things happened in a forest, and now we're here. And now you have to have certain criteria to even be able to be monetized through YouTube. And a lot of people throw shade and blame at YouTube, saying they're there just for the money and they're there just to make investors happy, and believe me, they probably are. Let's not kid ourselves. They are a company owned by a massive conglomerate called Alphabet. I do a lot of investing, and I'm going to get into a couple of things about that later on in this video as well. But what does this tell us? So it takes just about 5 years to monetize this channel, which is a video game channel, but it does help if you know your niche that you're going to be breaking into. At that point in time, I didn't know. So the route that this channel took is maybe different than what your channel is going to take. And that is that, well, this channel started off by me posting NHL video games, because I like playing those occasionally, NBA video games, which I still do post, and then tech reviews. Now, this channel still does a little bit of tech reviews, does still a bit of NBA 2K, but the one thing that I have really started to really push a lot on this channel is racing, and I really, really enjoy racing. And I really enjoy basketball, but when it comes to the NBA 2K experience, I'm not the greatest. I'm okay. I'm okay at racing. I know a little bit more about cars than I do about NBA 2K. Now, the reason why I post 2K content is because I know basketball. My first monetized channel was a basketball channel. So I know this stuff, and that's why I still post a little bit about NBA 2K, and I'm probably going to be posting a little bit more soon. But I find that basketball is my career, and it is. Let's face it, I'm a basketball trainer, and that's going to get into my next point, which is if you want to become a YouTuber, you need multiple lines of income because you're going to be your own boss eventually, hopefully. That's what we all kind of hope for. But going back just a second, and that is, racing is a great pastime for me, so instead of me doing more and more NBA 2K content, which I'm still going to do occasionally, I want a little bit of an escape from basketball, and that's why I do racing games, and that's why I do car reviews, because I enjoy my Mustang. I enjoy racing, and I also enjoy basketball, but basketball does take up about 18 hours of my life a day. So, there goes my pencil. But, going from there, you really need to niche down on your channel. And now that's probably why this channel took so long. It took 5 years to really officially monetize, is because I just post so much different stuff. This is more of a fun channel for me. So that's why I just post everything about tech, really, in general. But if you were to niche down, so for example, my basketball channel, Basketball Coach Allen, which is the shirt I'm wearing right now, that one didn't take all that long to monetize. It is a slow process to grow it. It's still only at just about 36,000 subscribers, and it does bring in a full-time income. If you start looking at part-time minimum or full-time minimum wage jobs here in Canada that are at $15 an hour, that's basically giving me the channel alone. Google AdSense, that's basically giving me the income of somebody who works part-time or full-time minimum wage. Then you have everything else. So this is going to get into just really quickly about running your own stuff, being your own boss essentially. You need to have multiple lines of income. So really quickly, if you are really actually serious about running your own YouTube channel and you really want that to be your future, really niche down and then try to then kind of spread out into different products. So for example, on my basketball channel, I have my basketball channel, my Google AdSense, that's bringing me about $200 to $2,500 Canadian a month. And then from there, you need to then branch off into other things. So for example, I also have a couple of books. That brings me a lot of revenue. I also have my online basketball training membership. That brings me more revenue. And then I have real in-person training that I do here locally in my town. That brings me a substantial amount of income. Now, if you combine all of those together, it's one single income that has a lot of different, I guess you could say, fingers in the pie. But then, not just that, but also investment income. So I like to invest my money, and one of my biggest theories is you should always invest in big dividend banks. Kind of like the Kevin O'Leary theory, which is invest in the biggest stable dividend producers and roll with them, because then you're generally making in a range of 8 to 14% per year, and of course it's a dividend, so you could actually use the money right away if you needed it. If a couple of different revenue streams disappeared, you still have something. Okay, so as we can see here in the channel monetization, so this is now getting down to more recent stuff. There's 3 steps. So there's the review the partner program terms, so it's almost like a contract. You have to agree not to upload anything stupid. And then second step is to sign up for Google AdSense, which I already had personally, but you're going to have to sign up for that. And then step 3, which is to get reviewed. Now that is going to take the longest amount of time. Now some people have said online, Twitter, wherever, you probably have already heard this, but some people say, oh, it's taken me a year to get reviewed. That's probably a lie. They say it's roughly going to be about 30 days, and then they say it could take longer right now because of COVID-19. Now, how long did it take me? Well, my basketball channel was monetized already. That's already out of it. My second channel is Football Coach Allen, where I post football plays and stuff like that. And that one literally was next day. It was reviewed and monetized next day. And that happened last year about this time. Now, for the gaming channel, which is this one you're on. This one was officially 1,000 subscribers, and it had about just under 8,000 watch hours over the past 365 days. So that's past that 4,000 quite easily. And from there, it hit it on July 31st. And then it took a couple of days. That was Sorry, it didn't take a couple days. The next day, I then seen a video and I was like, well, it's like later on in the afternoon. Last time I monetized the channel, which was my football channel, it tended to come in right away the next day. And it's been over 24 hours since it's been approved to then monetized, and I clicked next, essentially. And then I was like, well, why? I already know there's the COVID thing, but is there any way for me to speed it up? So I looked online, and I seen that somebody posted that this works. So on your actual analytics desktop, down here, on the bottom left, it says send feedback, and they said if you highlight a couple of the areas where your channel name, the watch time, I was at 7.5 thousand. I had 1,013 subscribers a day after I hit 1,000, which is absolutely phenomenal. And then I went the last 365 days, not including the day of making that photo. And from that point, it just says send a nice message, so I did. Blah 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 for monetization was sent yesterday. I have 1,000 subs, over 4,000 watch hours. I am messaging you to ask if there was anything that you would like me to do to help speed up the process. Thank you for everything you're doing. You're doing a great job. You're all doing a great job. And you really don't want to piss off somebody who's hopefully going to someday pay you, so you really want to make the note nice. And that's what I did. And then I waited a day and nothing. And I was like, okay, well, this tactic clearly doesn't work. People were saying, oh yeah, within 6 hours it worked, and blah, blah, blah. And then another day went by, and finally in the evening of that next day, I was sent an email saying, congratulations, you are officially monetized. We can help you set up how to monetize your videos, that kind of a thing. I already know how to do that, so I didn't need them. But from there, does that little tidbit help? Probably not. If you've gone a week or 2 weeks, maybe it might help. But for me, it was like literally right away. I was expecting 3 or 4 days with this COVID thing. My channel here hasn't put anything racy or anything crazy on there, so I knew it didn't have to go through multiple levels of authentication, because that's essentially what happens with these people who have to wait 30 or 60 days or longer. These people who say they've been waiting 6 months, it's probably been canceled because they might have a video on there that just might not agree with the terms of service of YouTube, and they don't take it down. So if you're really taking and seeing that it's taking a long time to monetize, really go over your videos and see if you've put anything in there that might not agree with the YouTube terms. So if you have any robotic voices, get those videos off. They're not going to monetize those channels at all. If you have anything that can disagree with their terms, any death, any guns, anything that is illegal, drugs, or anything, even the mention of these things in the audio of your video can mess you up bad. Because basically how YouTube runs their systems is, that's why they're saying keywords don't matter anymore all that much. I still really do a lot of keyword research, but you apparently don't need to anymore. They really pay attention to your title, your description, and what you say in the video. They have systems that can check what you're saying. So if you tend to slur your words a lot, like I kind of do once in a while, it may end up showing as a swear word or a curse word or something along the lines of what they do not want. So make sure to speak as clearly as possible, which I clearly don't do all the time. But those tips hopefully can help you become a successful YouTuber. If it does, hit that like button and subscribe, and I'll see you guys again next time.